Okay, guys, I thought I'd talk about security here. For those of you who want to do a neighborhood security, something to think about. And I'm going to make a video about that. As far as, neighborhood security for your neighborhood or defending marauders. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but I'm just getting down ideas on what to do and how I'd approach it. But as far as your defense team itself, I'll get into the kind of people. I'd say ex-military, present military, ex or present law enforcement, EMS tech, stuff like that, right? But anyway, let's say you've got your group, and you've got some kind of, the community got together, and you decided, we're going to have security here. Because you can't just put on your vest and say, I'm security, I'm gonna take charge here, right? You don't really have that authority over anybody else. And if they don't give you that authority, somebody, we don't really know our neighbors nowadays. So if it shit hit the fan and I see some guy rolling up, on my yard with a tactical vest and a gun, and he has a handgun in that vest, and he has a rifle in his hand, what am I going to do? I'm going to grab my rifle. I may not answer the door, right? I'm not going to trust him. So you better try to, get with your neighborhood and get together, and everybody in the neighborhood's going to know, okay, look, we're going to have security here. But you need some sort of uniform or something, man. The police have uniforms, military have uniform. People know what to expect. And a great way to do this, I think, would be like military surplus. It's cheap, lightweight, durable, rugged, right? So I'd say that's what you want to put on. You can customize it. They might have different firearms or something if they walk around, if it's armed security, or I don't know. That's not legal now, but, WROL, you got no law. Well, then, if you're just trying to keep people safe, well, then I don't think there's going to make much difference. But you're going to need something to signify that they are the security in your neighborhood, right? You want to make sure it's kind of another security to your security, because anybody can roll up and say, I'm part of the neighborhood, knock on the door, and there's just a pretty young girl by herself. Walk on in, you don't want that kind of stuff, man. You want everybody to know who the security guys are and have them, dressed a certain way. I don't know. Something that most of you guys have. Let's say, I don't know, you're going to wear a white shirt, and you're going to wear black pants, and you're going to have like military surplus gear. Maybe you're going to have some, I would say definitely, the military surplus and like a patch, a security patch, right? That would go on the gear itself, not just like just stitch it on there somehow. And you need a radio for communication, maybe a whistle, hopefully a firearm if there's marauders and shit. But another thing, assuming you do that, I'd say the three things you need to have. Number one, some sort of something to put on where you can just radio, a firearm, maybe something to detain people like zip ties or something, flashlight maybe if you're if it's night, the basics. But also I heard somebody saying that what you want to do is the neighborhood would get together and you take gasoline from people, or ask for gasoline for people, like, hey, look, if you want security, you're gonna have to give up something here. But and then have a car and then drive around patrolling the area. I think that's a bad idea, personally, because if shit hits the fan, then gasoline along with other supplies is going to be pretty scarce. So another idea I had would be, well, instead of that, bicycles, man. Think about it. Quiet, light, there's no fuel. If you have gasoline, hopefully somebody has a generator. Let's say you have some kind of medical center or something, right? Let's say there's a school there, and it's total shit the fan. They're gonna have a nurse's office that have some stuff in there. You could take volunteer, like, hey, look, or just ask for donations. Like, look, guys, anybody that has medical equipment, if we're going to have this little medical center, or whatever it may be. Maybe it's just an abandoned home, or, or whatever you decide to make it. Hey, everybody's going to have to donate. If you had a generator, I'd put the generator there, right? Maybe a medical center / security headquarters, something like that. That's where you keep the generator. Recharge batteries for communication for the radios, right? And gasoline would go towards that, not for driving around patrolling the same area. If you don't have to waste, your gasoline and other valuable supplies, don't, right? But two things to think about: some sort of loadout, like a vest or, a military surplus gear, maybe a security patch, and a radio. Very bare minimum, right? Maybe some sort of firearm, and zip ties or cuffs or something, and bicycles. Don't waste your fuel driving around the same area. You can have guys on bikes, just different patrols or something. You got radio. If there's somebody, if there's really a problem, you get on the radio, call them up, and then they just meet up. Not all in one truck or something, bunched up together. If there's really a problem, well, you're like shooting fish in a barrel. You're just all jumping out of the same car, or in the back of some truck or something. So that's something else to think about. Anyway, I just thought I'd leave my thoughts on that. Y'all guys have a good one.